Welcome back, it's Luke Smith again with another property. This one is 10 acres in Mariposa County, California. I've had numerous properties in Mariposa. They just sell out as fast as I get them. This one I've had for a little bit. I was really excited to get this property because it's got national forest on two sides. There's easements coming into the other, basically on the same two sides of the national forest on the. We'll get into it. I think it's the east and the west. I might mix it up. I'll show you on the map. But there's easements that come into it, and there's a road that goes right up to it. Really close to it. And then there's some two tracks that go right up to it. And you can do a little bit of bulldozing on the easements to get better access from there if you want. Or I mean, basically just bulldoze driveway in your own property. You're just setting it up and having a blast with it. So basically, all this land behind me here. Is the property. There's a house. I guess I put the sign over the top of it, but there's a little house up here, and then there's a hill over here that might be really nice place to put a place with a view. Other properties in the area seem to be going after the views, but also there's a piece of land wrong shoulder over here that looks like a good spot to put a house too. You have a little bit more space from the neighbor's house. Let's go to ruralvacantland.com and take a look at this thing. So I'm on ruralvacantland.com, and it's got the owner here, Luke Smith. That's me. And I'm asking $46,997 for this one, because I read somewhere that when you end the price with a 7 or 9, the things that are priced with a 7 or a 9 sell 3 times more than the stuff that ends with other numbers. So you see a lot of 7s and 9s on the ends of my prices. That's the only reason. So the actual acreage of this one's 9.96 from the county records. It should say more or less. I mean, that might be wrong, but that's what they're taxing it on. And it sent the picture guy up here. He went to take a tour. I think this is a neighbor's driveway. He went up to the property 2 different times because he was looking at different properties for me, and he drove by this one again, got some pictures of different weather. So this is a cloudy pictures. So the road's over here, and then there's some land in between. I think there's bark beetle that's been going through the area, and so the Santa Luz National Forest, what they've been doing is they've been cutting down and destroying the trees that have the bark beetle. They haven't been getting them all, but they've been getting a lot of them. They're trying to get rid of the bark beetle. So they're taking the trees and I don't think they're chipping them, but they're burning them. They're putting them in big burn piles and lighting them up, pile after pile. So a lot of this land's stripped of the bark beetle trees. There's still some there, but at least the ones that fall down and stuff, I think the winds come through and knock them down. They pick them up and put them in the burn pile. So that's why this land looks more cleared up, because they're doing that. But as you get back into the private lands, it's not forested like that. So here's a good picture of the shot. So here's the road. Here's a photo guy parking down here. There's these black spots are the burn piles. And I talked to the National Forest guys about this land, and they said, yeah, sure, drive on these tracks, no problem. If there's logging trails there, the logging trails go through. The loggers have been running through there. You can drive on it to access your own property. No big deal, go for it. So they were all open, easy about it. I mean, really forthcoming, great guys. Got them on the phone. You can do that too and double check. But I think you could just drive these 2 tracks right back into the property. That'd be the easiest way. So the property is, so here's a neighboring house over here, but this hill next to it, coming down, there's a gully and going through the property. And then there's a hill over here. So I think either build on this hill or build on this hill. This hill looks like the best one to build on. But you'd have to maybe pull a culvert in a gully or something to get across and get over there, and then go build back here on the hill. Or this hill here would be closer to the road. But if you see where the bush stops getting cut and burned by the National Forest guys, that's where the property boundary starts, and then the property goes back in from there. Different shots of the road in the area. There's a shot. I think the property would be down below us, and we'd be looking off into national forest lands around the area. Here's some more shots of the burn pile, and the property would be here to the top of it, and this bush trees and bush there is the property. You can just see how differently the forestry management has been happening. I mean, they clipped the bushes back here probably once upon a time, and then the trees came in, and so trees keep the bushes down, and that probably makes less fire danger. Where they didn't clip the bushes back, there's sporadic trees and bush. I mean, this is more natural. This is much more Mother Nature going at it, and this is like the National Forestry Service trying to take care of it. And then if you look around the area, you've got houses dotting the hillside. House, 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 house. Bunch of houses. Getting these spots up here looking for views. So that's what I'm thinking. If you're on one of these hilltops, you probably get some pretty awesome views out over the valley and around the area that these other houses are trying to take advantage of. Yeah, so there's the property. That'd be the hill I'm talking about, this hill over here, and here's the other hill you could choose from. Here is it from another angle, and you can see the neighbor's driveway coming up this way. And so as it comes up through here, you've got an easement that you could add from the driveway through a bit of his property to this property over here. So you could add on from the driveway going that way, the way that I'm reading the easements off of it. So here's a shot of a map from above. And so the easement I was talking about is this north border of the property. I think there's one on the south border of the property too. The neighbor's driveway comes off of Justin Road or whatever the heck that's called, and then comes up the straight part runs along the boundaries of the property. So if you extended the boundary of the property over to your property, I think that would be the legal proper way to access this property. This is an older satellite photo before the government came through and clipped up a bunch of the bushes here, but now there's more 2 tracks to get to the property from them doing forestry management stuff. So you could use that for practical starting out kinds of things later on. If you want to use bank money and everything, you should probably legal it up and build the driveway along that property line using the easements to get in and out of there. So there's some views of it. Here's some shots of the hill. So it shows the gully in part of the property. Maybe there's not so, this view is not so much hill over there. There's more hill back here. Yeah, so you get that big chunk of hill up there you go build a house on. Here's a different angle. So here's the driveway coming around, and yeah, just a bunch of trees, bush. See, this is different weather. These pictures are taken a different day. It's not cloudy like the previous pictures. Everything seems to be a different color. He's got a power line. This neighbor's got a power line with a transformer basically right over by the property line of the property. So you probably tag into that to get to your, put the house next to him if you wanted. Probably be the easiest infrastructure. So this is, the driveway's down here. Follow up this property line to get into it. Probably come up to here, and then this looks like he's been cutting brush on his property, thinning it out too. So you can see the property line from taking care of land and not taking care of land. Here's some other pictures like sunset. There's a burn pile over here, and yeah, so here's a driveway coming up this way. You could probably take it going, continue it up the border going to your property, or just before the gully and then up. So here's another view of it. So here's a hill from the west looking east, I guess that would be. So here's the hill you could put the house on. This hill is, you get this whole top of this hill as part of the property. Looking at it from this angle, that really looks like where you'd want to be, because then you get the views out over the valley. And back here underneath where the camera is coming, there's different houses spattering the hills trying to look at this same valley. So you could have a nice pad on top there looking out all over the place. And this is from the south-ish looking north, I think. There's that same neighbor house. Here's the hill you could go build the house on. There's a power line coming in from the backside. So it might even come towards the backside of your property to get around to his house too. So maybe you might even run it off from there without going across his property if he doesn't want to. And there's government property on this side too. So this is government property. Between this road and the property is government property. And it kind of looks like there's a driveway over here. Should look at the maps on that. Because I think there's an easement on this side too. So you could probably extend off of this driveway into that easement. Because I think the easement runs the borders over here. So you could probably take that driveway to the easement and back. And maybe just skirt the hill to go build over here. But I think you get a big chunk of this land here. A lot of this is yours. Let's look at some maps. Again, at the other side. So here's the road I keep talking about in the north. But here's some pictures of the road from the south. And I never really noticed this driveway here in the satellite pictures. But now that I see it in the photos, we should go look at the maps. Because I think that goes in to your property too. Yeah, look at that. So we got some good pictures from this other side that I didn't have before. So there's another good shot of that driveway, and here's the hill we're talking about. And then the neighbor house is over here. So you get this whole top of the hill here to build, and then this driveway coming in the back. I'm thinking that really hits the back side of the property. You could just hit it from the other way. Let's see if we can figure that out. Well, here's some more shots of this hill. Yeah, so these pictures are a lot more of the property instead of around the area. So here's the power line. The power line kind of looks like it's going around our property to get to the neighbor. So this would be your property up here. And the power line's going around it. And we're back to the old pictures. So let's pull up the maps. Take a look at this thing. So I kept talking about the road in the north and accessing it through the the National Forest Service kinds of logging trails they got going on here. I mean, it basically goes right up to the property, and then you're into the property. You just drive right in there, or extending it off this guy's driveway where the easements run along the border here. Extend his driveway up to the property, or from the pictures I was just looking at, this power line looks like it goes around the property. Like it comes down here and then goes over. So here's the boundary line of the property, right? You can see a break in the bush, and it's all National Forest on the other side. I'll call them back. It's National Forest, but here's the driveway. See, these driveways come right up to it to like manage the power line, and there's easement on this side. So if we follow these driveways out, yeah, it comes in here, right? It's a driveway we've just seen in the pictures. Comes in here. This is National Forest land again. Maybe people collecting firewood or something. I don't know if it just fizzles out or it actually goes in there. The pictures made it look like it goes in there more. Maybe it's been built up more since the satellite imagery was taken. But it looks like there's a trail on this side, maybe. Maybe not. Just got to go hike in there and take a look at it. But they got the power line in there. And you got easements on both sides. But you see how the break in the bush is happening? Let's go back to that map of the lot lines. Just have to bear with me a second here. There we go. So yeah, the lot lines go over to the road, and this chunk here is government land. I think this is government land too. So I think you could run the lot lines over, or take one of these things through the government land and hook up to it. So I'm sure you could probably get it from the north and from the south, with private properties on the east and west of it. So there's the property. It's like 10 acres in Mariposa County, California. There's a buy it now button. I think it asks for like $500 down to hold the property while we go work on it, do the paperwork to pull it off. There's GPS coordinates. Click there to get driving directions to go look at the property. And there's gas station that's 20 minutes to the local gas station. 17 miles to get some groceries. There's a restaurant that's it's over by the grocery store, 17 miles over that way too. I pulled up some maps from the property to different places to get to. I was trying to get to Yosemite National Park. It just did 20 miles to get me to Yosemite. Let's try Yosemite Valley. Because I want to point out how close we are to Yosemite. Oh, it goes around the circle to get there. 2 hours? Come on. I'll call him back in a sec. So there's, you can go the other way too. You don't have to go that way. But I'm just trying to say it's close to Yosemite and Yosemite National Park. See if we get a different gate. Yeah, I don't know why it's stopping here. But so if we take this road, oh, I know, because the road is closed because it's wintertime, because it's snowing. So the road's closed. That's why the maps aren't working. But it's you can go, when the roads are open and it's not wintertime and the whole park is snowed out, you can drive in there and it's not very far away. You can go in there for the day, enjoy Yosemite, come back, stay at your own place, and just have fun with it. So, yeah, you can't make it right now because of the weather. That's why the map's not working. That didn't occur to me before, but it just clicked. So from San Francisco to the property, it's 3 hours from downtown San Francisco to this property. Let's see, got another one coming up. Sacramento. So from Sacramento to the property, your property is Sacramento, it's 2.5 hours. A couple different routes you can take. To Lowe's. I was looking for Home Depot around the area, but Lowe's comes up. Lowe's in Sonora, just north of there, is 37 miles. It says 58 minutes because the roads go, they're beautiful zigzag windy roads. So you gotta, bring the puke bucket with you, depending who you have in the car. But go run the roads and have fun going in and out of there. But then you can go get supplies at Lowe's to go build pretty much everything for your house. You can go put it all together. Better yet, just get it delivered. You don't have to make the drive. Just order ahead. Tell them to come deliver it and drop it off at the property. So there you go. I'll take you back to ruralvacantland.com, and I'll put a link down below to get to my website so you can go look at it, look at the maps, look at the pictures, look at the videos. Let me know what you think. See if this is the right property for you, and just having fun with it. I think I have some videos that I should upload too. I'll upload some drone videos to the website as well. I don't see those on there. I know I have some. I'll try to get those pulled up and put on there. But go take a look at this property and tell me what you think. See if this is it. This might be the one. I was excited when it came in because I just, good size, bunch of trees, national forest all over the place. I just puts a smile on my face. Thanks for listening. Thanks for letting me share this one with you. If you want to see more videos like this about other properties that we get, hit subscribe and I'll keep them coming. Thank you.